Hello, we ladies. Hmm? The fuck? 1 month ago? I thought it was 4 months ago. I thought I didn't read the shit for 2 months. For 4 months. The fuck? Holy shit. Okay. Anyways, time to read from Deut 14.1 onward. I'll read for like 15 minutes, something like that. I'm not sure. Let me just do this because my microphone has a knack for fucking killing itself. Okay. Okay, well, what the fuck? Can you become smaller, you fucking bastard? Okay, can be smaller. Unlucky. What if I do this? Okay. You are the children of Jehovah, your God. You shall not cut yourself, nor shave your forehead for the dead. For you are a holy people to Jehovah, your God, and Jehovah has chosen you to be a people of his personal treasure from among all the peoples which are upon the face of the earth. You shall not eat any abominable thing. There are the animals which you may eat. Deut, is Deut, right? Yeah, it's Deut. Okay, Deut, whatever. May not eat. The ox, the sheep, the goat may eat. The ox, the sheep, the goat, the deer, the gazelle, the roebuck. What is a roebuck? Uh-huh. What is a roe deer? Deer, not deer. Fuck. Okay, whatever. The wild goat. Okay. The ibex, the antelope, the mountain sheep. What is the ibex, bro? What the fuck? Wait a sec. And God bless America. Okay. The antelope, the mountain sheep, and every animal that has a divided hoof, that is, has its hoof split in two, and to choose the cud among the animals that you may eat. However, these shall not eat of those that chew the cud, or of those that have a cleft tooth. Cleft. Split. Divided hoof. What is divided hoof? What is split hoof? What is the difference? I don't care about AI fucking bullshit. Uh, okay, I understand. Divided hoof. That is, has its hoof split in two, and to choose the cut among the animals. It's a cut, holy shit. Animals that you made. However, these you shall not eat of those that chew of the cut of those that have a cleft hoof. The camel, the hare, the hyrax. It's a hare. And I think I know what the hare is, but it's a hyrax. A small animal. Some kind of fucking bullshit. What's the other one? Hare. Hare.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's like the Karaks, because although they chew the cud, they do not have divided hoof, they are unclean to you. And the pig, because although it's divided hoof, it does not chew the cud, it is unclean to you. You should not eat of their flesh, nor shall you touch their carcasses. These you may eat of all that are in the water. Anything that has fins and scales you may eat, but anything that does not have fins and scales you should not eat, it is unclean to you. You may eat any clean bird, But these are what you should not eat: the great vulture, the bird vulture, and the black vulture. The kite, the falcon, and the kite of every kind, all the ravens of every kind, the ostrich, the nighthawk, the seagull, and the hawk of every kind. Okay, a question. I have had ostrich eggs before. Can I have ostrich eggs if I'm Jewish, for example? Can Jews have ostrich eggs? That's an interesting question that I'll ask some people that I know that they might have some answer. Let me just check what someone sent me on something. The ostrich, the nighthawk, the seagull, and the hawk of every kind, the little owl, the great owl, the white owl, the pelican, the carrier vulture, the cormorant, the stork, the heron of every kind, the hoopoi,
Hoopoo.
hoopoo, hoop is a funny word, and the bat. And all flying insects are unclean to you, they should not be eaten. You may eat any clean flying animal. You should not eat any carcasses. To the sojourner who is within your gates, you may give it that he may eat it, or he may sell it to a foreigner. For you are holy people to Jehovah your God. You should not boil a kid in its mother milk. I swear I remember that from Exodus. Yeah, I remember that from Exodus. That's a nice reference. Cross reference to whatever the fuck it is. I think it meant um, like figuratively, the gold or something. You must give a tenth of all the produce of your seed which the fields bring forth year by year, and you shall eat before Jehovah your God, in the place where he will choose to cause his name to dwell, the teat of your grain, of your new wine, and of your fresh oil, and the firstborn of a herd of the flock, that you may learn to fear Jehovah your God always. But if the way if the way is so far away from you that you are not able to carry your teeth, because the place where Jehovah your God just said his name is too far away from you and Jehovah your God has blessed you, then you shall exchange it for money and bind up the money in your hand, and you shall go to the place which Jehovah your God will choose. And you shall exchange the money for anything that your soul desires, for oxen, for sheep, for wine, for strong drink, or for anything that your soul would like. And you and your household shall eat there before Jehovah your God and rejoice. But you shall not forsake the Levite who is within your gates, for he has no portion nor inheritance with you. At the end of every 3 years you shall bring forth all the teeth of your produce for that year, and lay it within your gates. And the Levite shall come, for he has no portion or inheritance with you, as well as the sojourner, and the orphan, and the widow who are within your gates, and they shall eat and be satisfied, so that Jehovah your God may bless you in all the work of your hand which you do. At the end of every 7 years you shall issue a release, and this is the manner of the release. Every creditor shall release from his hand that which he has lent to his neighbor. He shall not exact it from his neighbor or his brother, for Jacob's release has been proclaimed. From the foreigner you may extract debt, but whatever of yours your brother has, your hands shall release. Every 7 years shall issue the release, and this is a manner of the release. Every creditor shall release from his hand that which will in his neighbor. Okay. So wait, Deut, what's the name? Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. Explained.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Devotions. This morning we're at Deuteronomy 15, verses 1 through 6. We're going to be talking about debt. Debt and giving money or making loans to the poor and international loans between Israel and other nations. It's going to have some hurts them, stops their ability to actually consumer level debt. Their estate hurts them, health, and it hurts their ability to care for their family. And so the Lord's saying there's a way in which He's capping that and stopping it. He's saying, until you have no more poor in your land, which extremely high levels of debt, especially consumer level debt.
What the fuck is this man?
About right, it makes more sense. It doesn't hurt the rich like you're going to be a lender. Now, what's the purpose? You're going to release the debts, but he's foreigner living in their land. That's a different. The Israelites are Sabbath year every 7th year, where all the debts amongst the Israelites are canceled out. Right? They're going to be released, whether they're their neighbor or their brother, whatever. Right? Now, if they're a foreigner living in their land, that's a different story. Right? The Lord's not requiring them of that, but He's saying every 7 years you're going to release the debts. Now,
Okay.
what's the purpose of this law? Right, the purpose of this is to care for the poor.
But every 7 years?
Long-term.
What the fuck?
From predatory lending against the poor. No, every 7 years there was going to be a reset. After 7 years, you got to.
Wait, okay, so issue release, and it's what the creator shall release from his hand that for a foreign method of whatever of yours your borrower has, you can shall release, okay.
You got your debt wiped out. So if you were going to be a lender, you need to make sure that how much time was left until that year of Jubilee, right, that's the amount of interest or that's the amount of payment you were going to take on top of the debt. That was it. And it couldn't be an exorbitant amount. Why? Because debt doesn't hurt the rich like it hurts the poor. Actually, there are many times in which, I've Chicago where there were lots of millionaires because in a bank or more simple way to for the poor to have extremely high levels of debt, especially to increase family. And so the Lord's saying, poor in your land, this is how you. How they're going to level, God's making a prohibition. He's saying, you are not allowed as a nation to go and borrow money. You're allowed to lend it to other nations.
Hold up. But whatever your borrower has, you can shall recover, you should not need it one you. There will not be any need for Jehovah shall bless you in the land which Jehovah can you, but only if you carefully listen to the voice Jehovah can commandments commanding you today. For Jehovah your God will bless you as He has promised you, and you will lend to many nations, but you will not borrow, and you will not rule over many nations, but they will not rule over you. If among you there are the needy one, that means your brothers which any of your gates in your land which Jehovah your God is giving, you shall not harden your heart, and you shall not close up your hand from your needy brother, but you must open your hand to him, and you must lend enough for his need in whatever he lacks. Be careful that there is no within your heart a base thought like this. The 7th year, the year's release, is near, and your eye be evil against the needy brother, and you do not give him anything, and he cry against Jehovah, and it becomes sin to you. Give me a sec, lads. Okay. The seventh year evil eye began. I guess your needy brother, and you do not give him anything to you. You must give to him, and your heart shall not be displaced when you give to him. For one account of this matter, Jehovah your God will bless you in all your work and in all your undertakings. For the needy will not cease being in the land, therefore I'm commanding you, saying, you must open your hand to your brother, to the poor, and to the one with you, and to the needy ones with you in your land. The needy one with you in your land. If your brother, a Hebrew man or woman, is sold to you, he shall serve you 6 years, but in 7 years shall set them free. When you set them free, you shall not send him away empty-handed. You must supply richly with your flock and with your threshing floor, and from your wine press, as Jehovah your God has blessed, so you shall give to him. And you shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and Jehovah your God ransomed you. Therefore, I'm commanding you this thing today. Okay, which thing? Okay. And he says to you, I will not go forth from you, because he loves you and your household, for it goes well with you, with him to be with you. Then you shall take an hour and turn it to his ear and to the door, and he shall be your servant forever, and thus also shall you do to your female servant. You shall not view it as a hardship when you set him free, for he served you 6 years, serving you double the wages of hard man, and Jehovah your God will bless you in all that you do. All firstborn males that are brought from forth in your herd and in your flock you shall sanctify to Jehovah your God. You shall not do work with your firstborn ox, nor shall you shear your firstborn sheep. You and your household shall eat it before Jehovah your God, year by year, in the place which Jehovah will choose. And if there is blemish in it, lameness or blindness, any serious blemish, you shall not sacrifice it to Jehovah your God. You shall eat it within your gates. The unclean and the clean alike may eat it, as the gazelle and the raven. However, you shall not eat its blood. You shall pour it out upon the earth like water. Observe the mouth of Abib, and hold the Passover to Jehovah your God. For in the mount of Abib, Jehovah your God brought you out of the land, brought you out of Egypt by night. And you shall sacrifice the Passover to Jehovah your God from the flock and from the herd, in the place where Jehovah will choose to cause his name to dwell. And you shall not eat anything leavened with it. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread with it, that is, the bread of affliction. For in alarmed haste you came out of the land of Egypt, in order that you may remember the day of your coming out of the land of Egypt, all the days of your life. And leaven shall not be seen with you in all your territory for 7 days, nor shall any of the flesh which you sacrifice in the evening on the first day remain until morning. You may not sacrifice the Passover within any of your gates, which Jehovah your God is killing you, rather in the place where Jehovah your God will choose to cause his name to dwell. You shall sacrifice the Passover in the evening, and the sun sets, time that you came out of Egypt. And you shall cook and eat it in the place which Jehovah your God will choose, and you shall turn in the morning and go to your tents. Sacrifice the Passover in the evening, as the sun sets, at the time that you came out of Egypt. Okay. 6 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh day there shall be a solemn assembly to Jehovah your God. You shall not do any work. You shall count off for yourself 7 weeks. You shall bring to count for 7 weeks from the time that you begin to put the sickle to the standing grain. And you shall hold the feast of weeks to Jehovah your God according to the sufficiency of the free will offering of your land, which you will give as Jehovah your God blesses you. And you and your son and daughter and your male servant and female servant and Levite who is within your gates and sojourner and the orphan and the widow who are in your midst shall rejoice before Jehovah your God in the place where Jehovah your God to choose to cause his name to dwell. And you shall remember that you are safe in Egypt, and you shall keep and do these statutes. You shall hold the feast of Tabernacle 7 days after you in gathering from your threshing floor and your winepress. And you and your son and daughter, and your male servant and your female servant, and the Levite, and the sojourner, and the orphan, and the widow, who are within your gates, shall rejoice in your feast. You shall keep the feast of Jehovah your God for 7 days in the place which Jehovah will choose, for Jehovah your God will bless you in all your produce and in all your undertakings. Therefore, ye shall be nothing but joyful. 3 times a year all your males shall appear before Jehovah your God in the place which you will choose, and the feast of unleavened bread and the feast at the feast of weeks. Let me check if that's still a thing in Israel. That's cool. You know, celebrations are good. Is that? Give me a second. Mm. These shits are tasty, man. Holy fuck. Mm. That was tabernacles. And they shall not appear before Jehovah empty-handed. Each man shall give as he is able to give according to the blessing of Jehovah your God, which he has given you. And you shall appoint for yourself judges and officers, and know your cities who Jehovah your God is giving you, according to your tribes, and they shall judge the people with righteous judgment. You shall not discuss discord. What is discord? Mm-hmm. You shall not respect persons, nor shall take a bribe, for a bribe blinds the eye of the wise and prevents the words of the righteousness, and only righteousness shall you pursue, in order that you may live and preserve the land which Jehovah your God is giving you. You shall not plant for yourself an asherah of any kind of tree beside the altar of Jehovah your God, which you will make for yourself. Nor shall you erect for yourself a pillar, something which Jehovah your God hates. Deut 16:22 meaning. So it's the same thing. He doesn't like other people. Okay. Erect. That's funny. Uh, okay, thumbnail is gonna be this. Go here. We paint job. Mm-hmm. First, cut it like this. Copy, file, new, don't save, paste here. It's gonna be like this type shit. Then we're gonna have a red circle right here when it says erect, which is just funny. And go to go. Fuck, I got doxed myself. Ah, God cares. God knows if I give a fuck. No one's gonna watch this anyway, so no one doesn't matter. Erect trophies. Can you imagine like this? Maybe copy paste. Then I go here with maybe a normal thing. Like this maybe. Produce this. File. Save as PNG. Funny, haha. Funny, haha. Thumbnail. I misspelled it wrong. God knows if I give a fuck. That'll be the video. We ended at where? We started 1701. 1701, okay.